All right, well, if y'all have been watching the channel for very long, this is not your first video. You've seen me before, you know that originally I'm from Texas. That's where I'm from. I've been in Mississippi for a while now. I grew up my whole 18 years in Texas and came to school in Mississippi State, ended up here in the Jackson area. And now I've been here really basically Flowood for about 10 years now. So I've been here for 10 years. But being from somewhere else originally, the thought occasionally comes up of, what if we left? What if we went back there? What if we went back to Texas? And there's some nostalgia to that, some other things. But then I think, man, what would I miss here, though? There's a lot of things here. I mean, I've been here for 10 years now. I mean, most of my adult life has been here in Mississippi. And there's a lot of things I really like about Mississippi that I would miss. So I thought, I really wasn't thinking about making a video about this, but I thought if I would miss it, it might be things that you would actually end up really liking when you got here if you're thinking about making a move here. And since that's what we mainly do on this channel, we're giving you information for people who are thinking about moving here. I thought it would be relevant for you. So we're going to run through these. I'll run through the things that I thought of. If you want to know more information about the area, less really my personal thoughts, but just general info, seeing things out, make sure you get down there, hit that subscribe button, and check this out. If you see that when I said subscribe, YouTube does this thing where it like flashes like a little, I don't know, kind of like color rainbow thing around it. So that's interesting. But yeah, make sure you hit that. We've got those videos coming out all the time. Got a lot more planned. And again, like I said, the main thing we do here with the channel is helping people move to the area. Okay. So if you're thinking about moving here, or honestly, if you live here, you got a house to sell, you're going to move around the area. I mean, we do that too. So don't hesitate. Get this in here. Okay, look, you can call us, you can text us, you can email us if you want to do it that old school way, or you could even break out your megaphone. I know y'all were wondering why I was putting these earplugs in. It was just for dramatic effect. All right, here we go. So the first thing on my list here of things I would miss, and this is one where I'm hoping the locals will get involved in this. So if you are local and you're watching this, because I know a lot of y'all do, because I meet you in places all over town, and you tell me you see the videos, the first thing, it has to be the food. I've got to talk about the food. Now, there's a lot of other stuff that's a little more complex I want to get into, but you got just such good food here, and there are so many good places to get food. Now, I'm here on the Flowood side of town. That's only one part of the area, so that's where the restaurants I go to mostly are in this area, and that's where I'm hoping some of the locals will comment, get down in the comments, and let me know your favorite places, because not only do people watching the video want to know, I do get around the area some too, so there may be some places I need to try. So let me know where I need to go, where are the best places, best restaurants around the whole area. My personal favorites right now, look, it's been One Guy Steak and Chicken, the food truck, for a long time. That's my favorite place. So y'all go see Kendrick. He'll be up on I-55. You can follow him on Facebook and Instagram. He'll pop up in some neighborhoods around town. If you're here locally, highly recommend it. Just know, if he says he's going to be there at 5:30, he probably will be cooking at 5:30, but he won't open that window till about, 6 or 6:10. But I promise you, it's worth the wait. But aside from that, here in Flowood, you've got Canova Smokehouse and Barbecue. You've got Foundation Burger, both of those owned by the same guy, and he is killing it with the food. We'll be interested to see what he does next, but both of those are just some of the best spots around. Right after I made this video, I came and got this. But then you got some other stuff too, some kind of long-time favorites. Roosters and Fondren is really good, and they're opening up a Flowood location for Roosters. They got some burgers. They got a really good chicken fried steak, which if you know me, you know that's a favorite. Another hamburger spot, if you're on the other side of town, out in Flora, go up there, hit the Blue Rooster. Man, I would say the Foundation Burger's kind of giving them a run for their money at this point, but it's still one of the best burgers you can get really in the entire area. But y'all, food everywhere here is so good. There's just so many places around. I mean, you go to a gas station and get better food here, I think, than you can in a lot of parts of the country. So just the food here is so great. Again, let me know even if you visited, you had a cool spot, you liked it, put it down in the comments, let me know. But the food is definitely a big one that I would miss. So anytime I come back to visit friends or family or anything like that, we're going to have like a list of these restaurants we're going to if I were to ever move away. But yes, apart from just the friends and family, it's all the people here. That was the next thing. And when we help people move here, or people are thinking about it, they come for a visit, they are usually blown away by the people, by how friendly they are, number one, and how they just don't match the stereotypes that you're seeing, on national media or anything, if there's a movie about Mississippi or anything like that, it just gets presented in this negative way. And when you get here, you see it's really just, it's not like that. It's not like it was, 50, 60 years ago. It's a totally different place. So the people here really will win you over if everything else doesn't. And I mean, just give you an example. Yesterday I had a dentist appointment, and local dentist spot here. All four of us went, my wife, the two girls, we all went and did it at the same time. So we kind of had to alternate out. And, some of them, they're just like, I don't even know what their positions are in the dentist's office, but some are out there just playing in the hall with the kids while we're getting our stuff done. And they're happy to do it. I mean, like, they're so friendly, and they're so accommodating and family friendly too. So you're going to find that all over the place here. And it's not, people like to act like it's fake. Like, oh, hey, how are you? But it really doesn't mean it. We really do kind of care in some, now, if we're just passing, we may just say that, but people do care. They care about you. They want to know how you're doing. They want to know if they can help you. And I promise you, when you get here, you'll see that. And when I go to other places, other cities, especially bigger cities, you just don't get that warmth that you get here from the people here. Another thing, and this one really took me a while to kind of see, because, I love getting out in the mountains. Take me to Colorado, even the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, somewhere. Just get me up in the mountains. I love it. That's what I really like. So for years living here, I would have said Mississippi is not a very beautiful place. I want to go somewhere where I got some real scenery. But after you live here for a little while, you start to appreciate it. You do have some nice rolling hills. I mean, right now it's the fall, so you got the fall colors, so you can see those hills kind of rolling off into the distance. And there's just something really nice about it. It's peaceful. You got, and here where we are, it's wooded, so you got trees everywhere. Kind of like where I grew up in East Texas. It's pine trees there. Maybe not quite as many pine trees here, but a lot of pine trees, a lot of big tall trees. If you like trees, we got the trees. But trails running through those. We got the reservoir. I can ride a bike from my house here in Flowood to the reservoir, around, do a good loop, come back. Or you can walk, and you can see just amazing sunrises and sunsets on the reservoir. And, it's not a 14,000 foot mountain peak. And we don't have, the white sandy beaches right here. You can get to them in Alabama or Florida. You can get to a beach in Mississippi too. It's not bad. But it's not a pristine white sandy beach. If you want that, you do have to go a little bit, for about 5 or 6 hours to get to that. But you do have a really kind of subtle beauty here that I really like. And that kind of leads to the overall simplicity of living here. Kind of, you got that simple beauty. You also just have what I feel like is a simple lifestyle, a slower pace. It's just easier. It's just easy to live here. Number one, for the cost, it's just not so expensive. You can actually still get things somewhat affordably. And we here think it's expensive, but then you go to some of these other places around the country, and it's not that bad here, y'all. A median home here is still right at about $300,000 in the suburbs. That's a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, maybe 2.5-bath house. You can still find pretty good starter homes in the 150 to 200 range. It's getting harder because they're coming up, but you can still do that here. Gas prices, right now, I think we're right around $2.50 a gallon. Of course, that fluctuates. But, and I go to these other places and I see them really high. I was out at a conference in Vegas a couple weeks ago, and it was basically $5 a gallon, and we're sitting here paying under $3. So it's just kind of crazy, the differences in that. But it's not just the cost. I want to say just everything. Here you can get anywhere in the Jackson metro area in about 30 minutes, unless there's a wreck or something crazy going on. About 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes peak traffic times you can get around the whole metro area. And that's just something you can't do in a lot of cities. Even cities that aren't much bigger than this, that can be kind of difficult to do. So it makes things really nice. It's not really complicated. You don't have this huge web of interstates coming in and coming together and coming apart and switching all around. And it's just not complicated. It's easy to drive around here, and just kind of simple in a way that you probably could have found in, some of the bigger cities now 40 years ago. But it's kind of just more complicated. Life is more complicated in a lot of those places, and you just don't have that here. So that would be something that really would probably one of the tougher things if I were to leave and to go somewhere else. And lastly, you know, even though a lot of people complain about it, even I will complain about it when that humidity starts creeping up in the summer, the weather here is actually really nice. And I mean, most of the year, you know, right now, we're at, what is it, November 10th, as I'm recording this video. It's like 60 degrees outside today, and it's a little cooler. It's kind of in that swings. It gets warmer, it gets cooler. But I mean, throughout the winter, I mean, we're not having just days on end of below freezing temperatures. Sure, in January, February, there will be a lot of nights where we'll get down into the 20s, but we rarely see the teens. We really rarely see snow. You just don't have to deal with it here. And even in those coldest winter months, it's getting up into the 60s or high 50s during the day. So you're not just having to wear, you know, layer up all the time. Not to say we don't get a few little cold spells. It'll come through, get a cold front. We'll bring that. Usually, again, not snow. It'll just be some cold rain, which I do hate the cold rain. If I'm being honest, I hate the cold rain. But that's it, though. It's not, you know, you don't have to get out there and shovel the cold rain. So there's something about that. So if I were to leave here, especially if I were to go up somewhere north, I would really miss that. So let me know, y'all, what would you miss if you were to leave here, if you are local? And would these be things you think you would miss if you got here, got used to it, and had to leave? I want to know. So that's it. Simple one for you today. Went a little longer than I thought. Let me know what you think again. Hit the like button if you like this. Subscribe if you want to know more about living here in the Jackson, Mississippi metro area. And until next time, see ya.